Namibia is a huge country, about the size of France and Germany combined. It has a population of only 2 million. Originally German Southwest Africa and then a South African protectorate, it gained independence 25 years ago. From the capital, Windhoek, we flew southwest to the Sossusvlei sand dunes. We took another flight to Swakopmund, and then drove in a hired car to 2 camps in Damaraland, before returning via the Arongo Mountains to Windhoek.
Each twist of its horns is 2 years of its life.
Thank you for that.
So you can see how old they are.
Which bit am I going to... Time for a nightcap. And of course, the chocolate on the pillow. Not sure what it is. Tastes a bit like port. Non-vintage.
From Windhoek, we flew to Sossusvlei, and the next day we went to visit the dunes.
You're going to fly us, love?
Okay, that's fine.
And then just your seatbelt harness is on the right and the left hand side here.
You sure you know how to fly this, Judith?
It's still very dry. You'll see all the rivers are dry, dams are dried out. So once you get over the Naukluft area, which is just after this, it becomes very mountainous, very picturesque, and then it becomes barren. Then the desert starts, and then just on the edge of the Sossusvlei, I'll actually route so that we can fly parallel to the dunes, so you can also get quite a few pictures there. Our most important switch on this aircraft is the ELT, which is this red button here.
Yes.
It's the emergency locating transmitter. Once that's hit on, it sends out a distress signal for the search team to look for us. There's a fire extinguisher under my seat, and always as we evacuate always to the back. You don't want to be running into a propeller. Always remain in the vicinity of the aircraft. We're in the wild, so you don't want to be running into any wildlife. But foremost, I hope you enjoy the flight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. halo.
Okay, it's
That's
dry.
it. Cool.
Okay, you can just put it in the bag. Yes, and then Lydia will take you.
I see. Oh, I forgot to mention the zebra, striped zebra as well. And these are mountain zebra, and they have striped legs, which the common or garden grievous zebra don't have.
And they're a bit smaller,
And they're a
aren't
bit
they?
smaller, and they like running.
And they're tasty.
And they're tasty. That's why they have to like running. That's candles. Cheers. Don't know what it is in Afrikaans. The humps rise out of the flat, rocky plain like tops of mountains out of the mist in a valley.
Absolutely cheers.
So,
The smaller one in body, or you mean
yes.
that's a baby?
Oh, it's a baby. So do male and female have the horns?
Where in your oryx, both
Have.
female and male have horns, which applies to the same as spring. Kodo female doesn't have horns. Only the male have horns. This is the gecko.
That's a scorpion. Trail of a scorpion.
Fairy circles are mysterious patches barren of plants. What causes them? Termites? Toxic plants or microorganisms? Radioactivity? Ostriches bathing in the dust? Nobody knows.
They make. Oh,
You
right.
will make different nests for every female, but the first female that drops an
Yes.
egg in one of the nests becomes an alpha female.
Right. Okay.
"400 years ago, a river ran through here. The shifting sand dunes blocked its exit to the sea, and it became a dry salt pan or vley. The trees died and were preserved by the dry atmosphere. Namibia has suffered a severe drought for the past 4 years, but amazingly, if you go deep enough, there is still water to be found.
We flew from Sossusvlei to Swakopmund and then spent a day travelling down the coast to Sandwich Harbour.
Everybody happy?
Aye.
Yeah.
So the flight to Walvish Bay is 1 hour, and then from Walvish Bay to Swakopmund it's about 15 minutes.
I hadn't realised how extensive the red dunes were.
Yeah, then this is only about the third that you saw now.
The rest
All
of it
the
is
way to desert to Luderitz.
Hi.
We're in Swakopmund, which, as you would guess from the name, is an old German settlement in what was then the German colony in southwest Africa. And there's still a lot of Germanic architecture and a lot of German names and signs and German radio station we've heard, as well as Afrikaans and English. And my goodness, it's civilized.
Then where were you?
We were in
What do you think of that, Judith?
I haven't tasted it yet, but it looks jolly good. It's a local fish, the name of which I can't remember, but I will write it down before we leave the restaurant.
Okay. And then there's mine. And then there's the sea where it came from.
Seal here at the beach.
Oh, see? Yes. Go back away. Sorry?
Quite thick.
Yeah, be careful, he might bite.
It might bite.
Yeah, it's a wild animal.
The beach is pink with ground garnet. It's heavy and doesn't rise up into the dunes.
Oh, look at that. That is the biggest problem of the seals.
Oh, this
Is a fishing line around the neck, and eventually this will strangle.
Oh dear.
And you can't take it off, he will bite you. You need to knock it out or something. You won't be able to get to it. It's unfortunate, and eventually as he grows bigger, it will strangle him.
Oh my God.
You won't be able to get rid of them. And they don't have the instinct to just to wrap it reverse way, to pull it the other way out.
There is no harbour, but this was a whaling station which operated until the 1940s.
Still paint on the window frames.
Dunes darken with age. The paler dunes here are younger than those at Sassaflay.
Because there's no rocks underneath this. Okay, here we have, but back there, when the waves also comes in, it's like a slush, it's like quicksand, you just sink into it. You need to time it quite well. The next tune is going to be up and down like that. Roller coaster. Wee. Okay, lunch. I think that's enough for now. There you go.
Looks pretty good to me.
All right.
This is the road we were travelling on about half an hour ago.
What creates a dune is the wind. It's a turbulence. Once the turbulence created, builds up the dune, and that's what the wind now is doing. Okay, so the vegetation has nothing to do. They are suffering through the sand, but they don't create a dune. Hear that?
What?
That's the dune.
That's the sound of the dune. Goodness me.
That's it.
It's extraordinary. And
Crazy.
how does that work? Because there's no sound now.
Yeah.
Because
The tyres.
No, it's nothing to do with tires.
Huh?
It's a different grains of sand,
right.
and the bigger sand tries to expel or move the smaller sand, and that way it starts vibrating, and it's the vibration that makes the sound.
But it relies on us going over it.
It relies on avalanche,
Right.
not us.
It's setting off.
If the wind blows strongly, you often hear the sound as well, because it as soon as the avalanche starts coming down, it starts creating that.
The singing sound. Well, I've read about it, but gosh, it goes.
Jackal Bazaar. Looking for some lizards or mice or something. A lot of jackals. This is the nara. You can see the plant itself actually doesn't have any leaves. The growing tips are very soft and very juicy, and that's what the springbok and the ostrich and whoever eats vegetarian would love to eat that. So the Bushmen actually use this quite extensively for their survival. They will take the flesh, grind it up into a pulp, and then dry it out. You know, that way they have vitamins all year round. And the seeds they also dry out, and you can eat it like a nut. You know.
The grooves in the stems, which trap the dew from the fog.
Wo bist du?
Nicht in Deutschland. In Swakopmund, Namibia.
From Swakopmund, we drove a long day north to South Damaraland to stay at Durk Nabas. Here we are.
Where?
How much is this one?
Take it.
How much would those three be?
250.
50. Still too much.
Off we go into the mirage. 116k to where?
Lewis.
The Brandberg is Namibia's highest mountain at around 2,500 meters. Burnt Mountain is a mound of volcanic clinker that looks like it came out of a furnace. This ancient plant, the extraordinary Welwitschia, is a living fossil. It draws water from condensed fog.
This is reddish and that's pretty heavy, and this is less red and that's very heavy. Leaves that look like lungs, seed pods that look like kidneys, and the seeds that look like the brain.
These basalt columns are known as the organ pipes.
So you can see how it fractures.
Twiffelfontein means doubtful spring, and it was so named in modern times because it did not produce enough water for a family to survive on. But in the past, this spring must have attracted plenty of wildlife and hunters.
This round one,
Yes.
a rhino. There's a head of the wildebeest. Here, the little one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Giraffe without a head,
Oh, yes.
very sharp neck and a long tail.
Yes.
A little ostrich
The
down
little
there.
ostrich.
Triffelfontein is one of the most extensive rock art galleries in Africa. There are surprisingly few human figures.
An oryx up there.
Oh yes.
Another oryx.
A touch of surrealism. This lion sprouts a hand at the end of its tail. These circles are thought to represent water holes.